Well, joining me is Davina Kumar, who's the sister of Suneet Jeerh, one of the 3 men jailed. Many thanks for coming to speak to us this evening. Firstly, can you describe what happened to Suneet while he was in custody?
When my brother was arrested, he was taken to the desert. He was stripped naked, he was beaten, he was electrocuted along his spine with a cattle rod. He had a gun held to his head. They slit his back of his head open with the back of a gun, the end of the gun. So he was tortured quite severely.
Well, obviously the police in Dubai have said that there has been no wrongdoing. Do you have any physical evidence of this torture?
I spoke to my brother. He's only recently told me what's happened, and that was the end of last year. He wouldn't tell me at the beginning because he was so ashamed and terrified of what that had actually done to him. I came back last week and I can personally see how his head has been slit open. He still has an open wound 10 months later, so I believe and I've seen for myself that he was tortured.
Well, the 3 men did delay telling the authorities about this alleged torture. Why do you think they waited?
They were aware, the government, of what had happened because the embassy did go and visit the boys. So it wasn't delayed initially. On the initial arrest, they didn't say, well, I've been tortured. They were absolutely petrified. They couldn't come to terms with what had happened. And it took them, I'd say about 6 months for my brother actually told me anything because they were so scared. Any phone calls made, they had the authorities standing right next to them. They had people in the cell standing next to them, so they couldn't actually speak and say what had physically happened to them at all.
Well, he's been sentenced to 4 years in jail. You must be relieved, though, that he hasn't been given the death penalty.
I am relieved that it's not the death penalty. When he was visited in prison, he did get told he could face the death penalty. The minimum sentence was 4 years, which I did expect. I didn't expect anything more than 4 years because my brother is innocent. So I wasn't shocked at all to find out that he got 4 years, but it's still not good enough.
So where do you and your family take this next?
We're appealing the decision, my lawyer is. He's definitely innocent, so with the appeal we hope to get him out within the 4 years.
OK, Davina Kumar, many thanks for coming to speak to us this evening.